All right, guys, you ready for your next performer? Oh, my God. This next comedian is one filthy, funny motherfucker. Guys, give it up for Lee Gary Kushner.
You know, the bathrooms in here are unisex, all gender. That put me off the first time. There's a woman comes in, she starts making herself up in the same mirror that I'm standing in front of. Seriously, washing my hands in the sink without an excuse me. So after that, I was pretty damn guarded. You know, I was outraged. So at least in the stall, when I'm in the stall, I made sure that I locked that door behind me. So I would have some privacy when I was fucking the brains out of that female that was making up her face and it snuck up behind me. Like that, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm a retaliatory prick. Speaking of retaliatory pricks, I had some really fucked up teachers growing up in the 60s. They were the damage they did to certain kids, you know, they should have never been allowed to set foot in a classroom. As a matter of fact, they should have had, from the outset, Child Protective Services called on their asses, accompanied by a cop, and, you know, to just lead them the fuck away out of the building in handcuffs. It would have saved a lot of trouble. But anyway, one such individual was Mr. Sklar. He scarred children's psyches for life. He would invalidate, his thing was to invalidate perfectly good, parentally instilled foundations of knowledge in kids through the use of bold-faced fucking lies. And one such thing was, the topic was, he was discrediting fluoride toothpaste, the effectiveness in fighting dental disease, like this. Now, children, what would make you think that something you put on your teeth for just a few seconds and then rinse out could possibly fight cavities? Plus, you're such a bunch of dumb shits, you probably think it's candy because of the mini taste and you swallow it. So you're all gonna get cancer. You know, all the kids are like catatonic and fucking panic. I knew better. I researched. These kids were just like bought it lock, stock, and barrel. You know, I researched it, and the fact of the matter, you know, like, I knew that Mr. Sklar was full of more shit than could be housed in a 32,500 square foot outhouse. He was just a fucking idiot. I looked, these kids are like, oh, I'm gonna get at this. Oh my God, my gums are gonna fill up with more painful pus than in my brother's entire face full of pimples. Oh my God, and my teeth are gonna fall out. I'm gonna look like my grandmother. She looks like a puppet. She tries to kiss me, I run away to the next city, you know, and I'm gonna get cancer. I don't even know what cancer is, but it's bad. I'm probably gonna die. You know, I knew better because in those days it wasn't like today where you get points. You get a market share of the business for coming up with the more believable lies. In those days, if you fucking did that, you were going to fucking prison. For each count, you were going to 5 or 10 years. And for each count of consumer fraud, especially if somebody got sick from it, you were being fined $5 to $10 million or more. So you could trust the product descriptions. Colgate said it best, okay? Colgate toothpaste contains fluoride, an effective decay preventative dentifrice. You asshole, Mr. Sklar, you cocksucking, bullying child. It said so right on the box. It said that about Mr. No, it didn't. But, you know, which has been clinically shown to fight cavities. So the good news was I wasn't scared. The bad news was for his mental cruelty, I wanted to kill Mr. Sklar. Had they, this was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, if they had the same gun laws as Montana and Tennessee, where they give 8-year-old kids guns, you know, legally, I would have blown them away until next Tuesday. Then there was Witch Freeman. I don't think I have the time to get into her. 6'7", 225 pounds of solid muscle. She would lift kids up. In other words, a man in a dress. She would lift kids up and shake them. You little ninny, why didn't you answer me when I talked to you? Yeah. Why? Because she was cross-eyed, and they didn't know she was fucking talking to them. How did I outsmart her? I answered every goddamn thing out of this woman's mouth. And she didn't mind that because I was the only kid paying her attention. You know, I feminized her. She actually grew a vagina right in class. And her voice raised 5 octaves and it became, you know, smooth. Like, not you, dear. I would never ask you a question because you know all the answers. Thanks, you have been, like, really terrific.